Welcome to Sag Valley Forest Preserve. Good morning, everybody. I am coming to you this morning from the city of Palos Hills, Illinois. It is at this location that we're going to check out all of the trails at Sag Valley Forest Preserve. Sag Valley Forest Preserve is new ground for me. The closest I've been to it before was when I was on the Cal-Sag Trail. There is a connection that goes this way to the Cal-Sag Trail. That's going to be the first thing we check out today. So I parked here at the parking lot at Teason's Woods, basically the intersection of Calumet Sag Road and 104th Avenue, right in the parking lot over here. They have a decent sized parking lot. As you could see, they also have a big sheltered picnic area and a porta potty, so that's good. Let's check out the map on this side. So basically what we're going to be doing here is all of the trails that we're able to get to in the Sag Valley Forest Preserve area. We're starting up here on the northern end. They have a big yellow loop, and then there's a bunch of side trails that go off in all sorts of different directions. We're going to check those out as well. This is part of the Forest Preserve District of Cook County, though it looks like we're not too far from Will County or even DuPage County. But this whole area here is contained within Cook County. You could see the Cal-Sag Trail up over here this way. If you're interested in seeing what that looks like, look for one of my previous videos where we rode that. All right, let's check it out here on AllTrails. Let's try that again. So we're going to follow as much of this as we can. I did notice on the website that there is some of the side trails may be closed due to a bridge closure that's being worked on. I think that might be this little tiny trail here, but there might also be some other stuff I'm not aware of. So we will deal with that as we see it. As you could see here, we parked at the top of the forest preserve right here at Teason's Woods, Picnic Shelter Grove 1. The first thing that we're going to do, as I said, is take this little side trail, which is right over here. We're going to cross the street here, and it's going to connect us to the Cal-Sag Trail, which, again, I've been on this area here, but I've never ventured down into this forest preserve. So all of this here is going to be new ground for me. You might have seen a recent video on Grant Woods Forest Preserve. That was the final forest preserve that I had to ride in Lake County. That has bike trails anyway. So at this point, I've ridden all of the bike trails at Lake County Forest Preserves. So now we're checking out what we can in Cook County, and there's also going to be some in DuPage. I'm thinking the total ride's going to be right around 19 miles or so. We'll see what that really comes to at the end. The temperature is in the upper 60s currently. It's a pretty dreary day, but there is no chance of rain, so at least we have that going for us today. As you can see, they have that big signpost, Cal-Sag Trail signs. They got one over there and one over here also, pointing you in the direction of the Cal-Sag Trail because of our proximity. We're actually, based on where we are, we're pretty close to some other stuff too. If we move a little west, here's a Waterfall Glen, the forest preserve, where they have that nice loop. And we're also not too far from the Centennial Trail. And there's another section of the I&M Canal Trail. I think that's in this area here that we had ridden before. Yeah, the John Hussar I&M Canal Trail. So we had ridden all this before too. So I'm excited to get the ball rolling today, so let's get started. All right, so a hop, skip, and a jump later, we are at the Cal-Sag Trail. This is the little side trail that we took to get here. This would be the Cal-Sag Trail heading west. And then if you go down this way here, you'd be going under the bridge and the Cal-Sag Trail heading east. So if you are riding the Cal-Sag Trail, you definitely could pull off on this side trail here, make your way into Sag Valley Forest Preserve and do the loop, or some of the side trails also. to extend your ride, and then make your way back here and continue on the Cal-Sag Trail. So you definitely have a decent amount of riding opportunities here. If you were to go down this way, you'd eventually come across the Centennial Trail also, and the John Hussar I&M Canal Trail. So definitely a lot of riding options from this area. All right, so let's make our way back into the Forest Preserve and start that yellow loop. So I had wondered what some of these side trails that I see on AllTrails were and why they weren't actually listed as bike trails, and we definitely know why now. This trail is open to foot traffic only. Horses and bicycles are prohibited. It also warns of hidden game cameras. Interesting.
Did you know that the Sag Valley Trail System's miles of looping and connecting unpaved trails take visitors to some of the most remote areas of Cook County?
All right, so it looks like we're going to branch off here on our first side trail adventure. This is the green trail. What we were following was the yellow loop this way. So we're going to go down here. It looks like there's even a side trail off of this trail. So we're going to come down this way, do this little side trail, go down to the end, turn around, and then pick up the yellow loop again. My first impressions of this trail system so far, looks like I have 1.8 miles on it in total, though that includes going the little side path down to the Cal-Sag Trail. This trail has a lot more elevation changes than I would have thought. There's more hills that I had originally thought that there would be. And in a lot of cases, instead of using crushed limestone, they're using like just plain gravel or like bigger gravel. And the overall quality of the trail isn't as nice as the vast majority of the Lake County forest preserves. All right, so we made it to the end of the green trail here. As you could see, I really slowed down as I approached that horse. I wasn't actually convinced I was going to see a horse today, but I definitely did. I didn't want to pass it because I knew we were getting close to the turnaround point. I didn't want to have to pass it and then pass it again. So I just went slow behind it until I got to the end here. So what I'm going to do at this point is backtrack all the way up to here and then do this side trail and then start making my way back to pick up the rest of that yellow loop. So let's check out and see what we got here. All right, so we're back where the green trail meets up with the blue trail. So we're going to check out the blue trail here. It looks like it's a 100% complete backtrack. Looks like it just goes out to the road and back. And then we'll explore more of that yellow loop. All right, so we made it to the end of the blue trail here. Looks like this is Calumet Sag Road, and multiple cars just pull right along the shoulder in order to be able to either hike or ride this. So we are over here. We need to get over here to get back onto the yellow loop. And then it looks like there's at least a side trail here and here and here. And then there's like a trail that cuts through the middle that connects the part. So that'll be a down and back. And looks like we're gonna have to cross the road here on LaGrange Road to get into the other side where it says Palos Preserves. But other than that, so far so good. My biggest concern is the quality of the trail. There are a lot of sharp rocks on this. In fact, I can't imagine any street bike is gonna wanna do this. It ends up working out for me because I'm on these 4-inch 4x26 fat tires here on the e-bike. But not entirely sure how well it's going to do for a lot of other bikes. And then you're going to want to make sure that your brake pads are really good. So you're going to want to be able to slow down and stop. I've used the brakes a lot more than I had originally thought I would for this particular trail. But then again, there's a ton of elevation changes, lots of hills, and I wasn't expecting that at all, actually. All right, so we're back at the green trail before we make our way back to the yellow loop. I will say that one of the problems I have with this trail is there's definitely trail damage all over the place. There is horse shit all over the place.
Ah, horse shit!
This is horse shit.
What the crisis is happy horse shit?
This is some serious horse shit.
Oh, horse shit.
Horse shit.
This is horse shit.
Horse shit!
There are sharp rocks all over the place. And then you add that to the hills and the curves and all that stuff, and sometimes it's narrow, sometimes it's wide. The problem I'm having with this trail is this whole area is beautiful. So, this is a really cool looking woodsy area. The problem I'm having is I'm spending a lot of my time looking down to see what I'm riding on, because there's a lot of avenues where if I go this way, I could hit something that'll blow a tire. Or if I go this way, there is something that could also blow a tire. So I'm paying attention more to the ground than I am to the majesty before me, and that's a downside of this trail thus far. All right, so we just passed a side trail. Based on the color there, it looks like it's the white trail. I'm not exactly sure how far long it goes. It hits a street and comes back, although it looks like it's just grass. So according to the map that I was looking at before, implies that it is in fact rideable. So, and I got these 4-inch fat tires, so I'm gonna just see if I can make my way all the way down to the street and then turn around on this grass trail. Hopefully it's relatively smooth. All right, so we made it to the end of the white trail. I believe this is the white trail based on the sticker there. Really, there's not much point in coming down here unless you have a bike that's equipped for it and you're in the mood for a little adventure. Otherwise, you could definitely stay on the yellow loop. I'm glad I checked it out, but if I'm here again, there's really no point in riding this particular one. So at this point, I'm just going to backtrack and make my way around and pick up this next side trail, which looks like it goes around Horsetail Lake. So we'll check that out.
Hey, smack that pack in front of you. Smack it.
All right, so we've made our way down the black trail to where it ends at Horsetail Lake, which is over this way over here. It looks like they do have a parking lot. I see a porta potty up that way. I imagine there's probably garbage cans. I did see some picnic tables, but I did not see anything sheltered. This was that grass trail I just did, the white trail, or tan trail, whatever it's called. And then here's like a black trail. So this section of the yellow loop is actually the best section that I'd ridden. This section, there are areas of it's nice and wide. I was actually able to, instead of paying attention to what I'm going to roll over with the tires, look around a little. So that's pretty good. So I'm interested to see what happens when we get over this way and back up to where I parked, Teason's Woods. But for now, I'm going to take a little break here at Horsetail Lake. I'm going to ride down there just to see if there's anything else over that way before I start making my way back. All right, so we got ourselves a fork in the road here. It looks like, according to the sign, we need to go this way in order to stay on the yellow loop. So if we were to look on the map here, the yellow loop continues on this way, but there is a trail, looks like a brown trail possibly. It goes all the way up, it looks like, to a picnic shelter area up here, and then there is another tan trail that connects over to Swallow Cliff Woods. So let's see what those look like. All right, so we've approached the Swallow Cliff Woods area here. The map that I'm following seems to imply we can make our way all the way down to the parking lot, and that is definitely true if you're here walking, or if you're willing to bring your bike up and down the stairs. That is definitely not the case for me today. So it looks like this is some sort of toboggan slide area. We are really elevated here. I'll be honest, this would actually be a really cool place to put up the drone if it weren't for the stupid rules at Cook County Forest Preserves. It also sucks that we're not looking east, because if we were to look in the right direction, we might actually be able to see the Chicago skyline from this high up. But you can see down there, plenty of parking. You can see at least they got at least 3 different porta potties down there. They got stairs. This is a highly trafficked area for like hikers, but definitely not a lot of bikes here.
Let's go, close the gap, let's go.
That sign on that underpass I just went through said something about if you're on a bike, not going on your bike while there's a horse in there. So keep that in mind. Just let them make their way through before yourself. Looks like at this point, hanging a left here would stay on the yellow loop. It looks like there's a short green trail going this way, so we're just going to check that out. It looks like it goes through 40 Acre Woods. And then we're just going to turn right back around. All right, so this section of trail comes out right at private property. No entry, private property, trail ends here, do not enter. A ton of horse trailers and trucks and horses over this way. That's pretty cool. Looks like there's braids in that one.
When there's a big downhill on a trail, I normally wait until the hill is clear before heading down. What do you do? Let me know in the comments below.
I was gonna wait past the street before I asked, but yes. You guys are good? Okay.
Thank you for
Oh, no problem.
hell yeah. Sometimes people don't follow that rule and then they freak out.
Yeah, well, that's a big hill.
Yeah, thank you. I didn't really.
Yet another parking lot here. Looks like this one's Palos Park Woods Picnic Grounds. There is a sheltered picnic area here. They have garbage cans. They have a porta potty. That hill that I just went up was the biggest so far that I've had to go up in this forest preserve. So keep that in mind. My e-bike is pretty powerful, but yeah, it was not able to make it up that hill without a lot of pedal work. So just keep that in mind. All right, so I believe I came across that construction that I saw on the Cook County Forest Preserve website here. They have it blocked off on both ends, bridge out, trail closed, road closed. I see a bridge there. I'm not sure if that's the bridge they're referring to. It might be further out. But looks like we're just going to continue on the yellow loop here. It looks like there's a tiny side trail coming up that'll take you to another parking lot. But otherwise, we're going to continue around this loop this way until we get to this little section here, which I'm going to have to go down and then backtrack and then go this way to complete the loop. All right, so it looks like we made it to the that little cut-through trail that connects the two pieces, giving you the ability to cut through instead of having to go all the way around the loop. So it looks like I'm gonna head up down the trail over.
Where are you trying to go, buddy?
No, nowhere. I'm making a video.
Okay.
Oh, no, no problem. Thank you. Thank you. So it looks like I'm going to go up the trail this way. I'm going to reconnect to where we were over here, and then I'm going to backtrack and then start making our way to close this out. The vast majority of this ride's done. I don't know what it's going to say on the top of the screen when I'm moving, but 18.1 miles according to the bike so far, 17.85 according to AllTrails. All right, so I made it back to the other side of the yellow loop. When we originally came, we came this way, through this way, and then all the way around, and now we're doing the connector here. What is that, like purple or brown? It's hard to tell from here. But we're just gonna make our way back on the connector trail. The quality of the connector trail is pretty good. Just be aware that there is that big hill there. All right, well, we're sort of at a fork in the road. There is zero signage here. It looks like, according to this, this will take you back to that shallow cliff woods, the parking lot probably. You know what, in fact, let's screw it. Let's just go down there and see where it takes us. Well, I'm glad I came down that little side path. I'll add that to the map for you guys. All you gotta do is follow the trail and cut through some grass, but otherwise you'll arrive at a really cool view because we were all the way up there. And there's stairs, as you can see, on both sides. It looks like enough people have gone down that where you can see like a little single track going down that hill. That wouldn't be too fun on this bike. But right here at Swallow Cliff Woods, they do have a restroom. They also have a pavilion over here. It looks like there's a cafe or something. So I'm going to check that out to see if that's open. I see garbage cans and stuff. This is definitely the most populous area of the ride so far. I mean, I'm almost 20 miles into the ride. This is where the people are. So keep that in mind. There are stretches of this forest preserve where I was like by myself for a while. So if you're wondering where all the people are hiding out, well, it's this area here.
Did you know that as of June 2025, Cynical Zombie has ridden at every Lake County Forest Preserve that has bike trails?
And that does it for Sag Valley Forest Preserve. If you are in the area and looking for a more rustic ride, then Sag Valley Forest Preserve is definitely for you. There are a ton of hills here, and the hikers outnumber the bicyclists by an order of magnitude. If you're going to check out Sag Valley, make sure to check out the Swallow Cliff area. Definitely worth checking out. One of the best parts about this area is there's a lot of different riding options. So if you're not interested in a ride like this, you could definitely check out Waterfall Glen, which is pretty close, and also the paved loop at Tinley Creek Forest Preserve. Both of those have way less hills and they are in much better shape. Let me know what you think of the trails in the comments below. If you are familiar with this area and you know of somewhere we should check out the next time we're here, definitely let me know. As always, if you enjoy this content, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. It definitely helps the channel grow. If you are interested in supporting this channel and helping us get to more trails, please consider a super thanks. And that's all I got today from Sag Valley Forest Preserve. I'll catch you on the next ride. Do you have a trail recommendation for me? Let me know in the comments below.